Howdy folks, how's it hanging?
Low and lazy.
So, while I normally focus my efforts on immature short-form content,
You ruined everything, ruiner! My sister likes you.
after viewing the Crow trailer recently,
My eyes, my beautiful eyes!
I've decided to spice things up.
Bam!
Now I know it doesn't take a psychic to look at the trailer and see it for the wet fart that it is. But it goes deeper than that. This isn't your regular old, out-of-touch Hollywood remake. Well, it is. But with who we have directing this, it basically guarantees you're only going to get eye candy at best. And confusion and anger at worst. And what makes me so sure, you ask? Well, there's two reasons. One being that you can look into someone's past to get an idea of where their future is heading, which we will be doing today. The second and most obvious is that I watched the trailer, and I have eyes and something resembling a brain. In case you haven't watched a full trailer in the last decade or so, trailers now actively spoil movies.
Wow, what an ending!
Thank
Thank you, Mr. Blow the Picture for me.
Which I think gives me just enough leeway to render judgment.
Oh, shit. Nice mullet, asshole.
It's like if someone gave you a shit sandwich and tricked you into taking a bite. Do you really need to eat the rest of the sandwich to tell me that it all tastes like shit?
That is one big...
Oh, we know, Jeffrey. We know. Hard to ignore the permeating aroma, you know? Although I would like to find a way to ignore it.
Sir? Sir, are you listening to me, sir? Sir, I'm talking to you! Sir!
Encase it in fucking Neutralene or something? But this is the cinematic equivalent of the biggest fuckwit you know dressing as the Crow for Halloween. It overpowers the room and unfortunately demands attention. It was hit or miss in the 90s, but imagine someone doing it now. On a weekday. In a fucking cash converter's parking lot.
Miserable, sentimental fuckwit.
A man-child crying out for love.
Ineffective, fucking bullshit hair.
Anyway, let's lean our faces closer to this and sniff harder, shall we? This is someone taking The Crow, a massively influential film on 90s goth culture, and trying to apply a current age aesthetic. It just doesn't work.
It stinks. It stinks.
It's a tall order to remake a cult classic in the blurst of times, but with director Rupert Sanders at the helm, it's going to fall flat on its face. 3 films to his credit, with 2 already released to mediocre acclaim. Rupert may look familiar to you as the man who stole Bella away from Edward. Or maybe you looked him up after seeing his Colour Flood commercial for Apple.
We'll sing a song of days gone by. Run along now, don't be glad.
No? Probably the Twilight thing then. After a stint in the commercial sector, he debuted with Snow White and the Huntsman. A forgettable retelling of Snow White with bland acting and a badly paced script. This film's only saving graces are Charlize Theron's portrayal of the evil queen and a handful of special effects. Next was Ghost in the Shell, a 2017 live-action remake of the Japanese manga series. Let's take a look at the reviews, shall we?
Rupert Sanders spends a lot of time on the visuals, both painstakingly recreating images from the '95 film and creating new ones. Unfortunately, everything else suffers, from the lackluster script to the lifeless performances. This mostly seems like a missed opportunity.
Overall, Ghost in the Shell pales in comparison to the 1995 film by lacking a cohesive, well-developed plot, substantive themes, and a captivating pace.
Of course, Ghost in the Shell delights on a visual level. However, without the complex foundation that made it popular and critically acclaimed in the first place, the end result is a massive disappointment.
These films seem to have a running theme, right? Slick visuals with no substance. The visual aspect was only a part of what made the original film great. And you've given this remake to someone who seems to only understand the visual.
Starting with a medium close-up on the cock, and then widening out to an establishing shot. Genius.
With previously horrible, hollow attempts at characters and dialogue being the only thing to comfort the fans from this giant shitstorm of a film that's formed on the horizon. And not surprisingly, it isn't very fucking comforting.
You got the dud! Hey! He looks just like you, Poindexter!
Now that I've established Rupert's obvious inability to handle this remake based on his previous work, let's solidify this shit pile and examine the trailer more closely.
Enhance. Enhance.
Just play the damn thing.
You feel like my person.
You feel like my pus.
Person!
The soul cannot rest.
Well, my work is done here.
What do you mean your work is done? You didn't do anything!
Shut the fuck up, fat man. This ain't none of your goddamn business.
And I'm glad your husband died. Because you're a fucking asshole.